But look, what did it take for us to get to the point of an apology? We had to threaten a lawsuit, Jesse. And by the way, we're still entertaining it. We're talking to some of the best lawyers out there that are experts in this. And as you know, these things can be very complicated. There's a lot of facts and circumstances around it. But we're not going to let this go, because you should not be able to smear 5,000 high school and college kids and then just be able to walk away with it. And the reason they felt they needed to do that, Jesse, is because if they told their audience the truth, that when gas is the most expensive it's been, flights are super expensive, that 5,000 kids decided to spend a weekend in summer traveling across the country to go hear from conservative speakers, maybe the audience of The View would think twice about all of their ideas. That's why they felt so compelled to try to smear our wonderful summit this last weekend.
Yeah, maybe you should get the lawyer that worked on that Covington Catholic school case. What was that, a $200 million settlement? I think, Charlie, you could use the money and your student staff.
Charlie Kirk just slammed The View with a $100 million lawsuit, and before the panel could fake their gasps, Megyn Kelly lit them up with a verbal flamethrower. Whoopi blinked in Morse code. Joy looked like she smelled the lawsuit, and the chaos is pure premium grade.
And there was what do you call it, this Turning Point conference with all the smoke? What are they, smoking something down there? Or it's like, whatever. Anyway, they were out there, the were in the front of out there in front of the conference with anti-Semitic slurs.
Whoa, the drama. Charlie Kirk's organization, Turning Point USA, threatened to sue The View. And let me tell you, the nonsense that ensued.
Kirk's $100 million lawsuit is part strategy, part theater, and mostly comedy. It's the legal version of yelling "I'm silenced" through a megaphone on livestream. But the real entertainment isn't in the court papers. It's in the circus around them.
Charlie Kirk took issue with this depiction of his organization. Kirk maintains that Turning Point USA is not affiliated with Nazis, anti-Semitism, or white supremacists. In a strongly worded tweet, the 28-year-old stated, "Talking to lawyers, many think we have a strong case. You cannot smear minors as Nazis and get away with it. It impacts them for the rest of their life. Hashtag sue the..."
The true spotlight stealer isn't Kirk's filing, it's Megyn Kelly. From the sidelines, she's roasting The View like a circus act, tossing sarcasm like fire into the lion's den. To her, this isn't law, it's Broadway.
Disgusting, gross elitism and her complete out-of-touch nature with respect to the rest of the world. Sunny Hostin goes on The View and decides now would be a great time to dump all over the so-called uneducated.
What we did not have is white women who voted about 52%, right, for Donald Trump. Uneducated white women, is my understanding. You have Latino men, actually, voting more for him. And you have, and black men was not the story. We're not the story here, because they voted almost 80% for the vice president.
Right. Just because you didn't go to college doesn't mean you're stupid, and it doesn't mean that you don't have wisdom. You can go to college and get a bunch of irrelevant facts about how men can allegedly give birth or whatever.
Megyn isn't part of the cast. She's the critic heckling in real time. She mocks the whole script, flips it upside down, and this time even takes a side. And yes, she chose Kirk.
That hot mess that they air in the mornings, called The View, had to issue not one, not two, not three, but 4 corrections, legal corrections. 4 legal notes.
You let them in.
President, open your
You
mouth.
let them in and you knew what they were.
Right.
So you are complicit. Welcome back. You know, in Monday's conversation about Turning Point USA, I put the young people at the conference in the same category as the protesters outside. And I don't like it when people make assumptions about me. And it's not any better when I make assumptions about other people, which I did. So, my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So,
Not to mention what they did at that debate, where once again, they tried to fact check only one side, and then when their fact checks got fact checked, they cowered. They cowered in fear. I mean, this is a pattern.
Megyn didn't back Kirk for love or loyalty. She backed him for theater. To her, suing The View was destiny. Kirk treats the First Amendment like a bedtime story, and every snark from the panel like a summons.
Charlie Kirk's the founder and CEO of Turning Point USA and the author of the new book, The College Scam. So, Charlie, do you accept The View's apology?
I mean, regardless of whether or not I accept it, the question is, do our students accept it? That's really what's at heart here. They went after our 5,000 students at our event there of high school and college kids. And look, I get attacked all the time. People say false things. I'm a public figure. But when you go after 16 and 17-year-olds that travel from across the country that then have to live for the rest of their life with a shadow over them because someone at ABC says that they might be linked to neo-Nazis.
This isn't about truth or harm, it's about spectacle. Kirk thrives on lawsuits as primetime drama, and Megyn's the ringmaster. With popcorn in hand, she turns every filing into performance art while the media clutches pearls.
Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States, yay, on January 20th of this month. Not everyone's happy about it, and many people would like us to be more focused on the insurrection that he personally unleashed. If you ask them, as we discussed earlier, they think it's as bad as like the Holocaust, and you don't have to take my word for it. Here is Sunny Hostin of
January
The View
6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, you know, like World War II, things that happened, you know, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery.
Yeah, the January 6th is right up there next to the Holocaust and slavery.
No boring courtroom drama here. Kirk and Megyn drop sarcasm like stealth bombers while The View crashes into chaos. He didn't sue a paper or a blog. He went straight for TV's loudest volcano, and it just blew up.
She's Anna Navarro in your wildest imagination. You could never solo host a show. You will only ever make it as part of an ensemble, and you could never hope to achieve the success that Tucker Carlson has. So you can sit in your little cheap seats all day long and enjoy your little negative henpecking, but your careers are going nowhere, and Tucker is about to dominate in whatever space he goes.
Kirk sues The View like a man storming a tornado with popcorn, and Megyn gleefully fans the flames. She calls the show a potluck of hot takes with no facts, and now they're stuck paying the bill.
Get this little lecture from, forgive me, those bitches over at The View.
I'm a Christian girl. When something like this happens to you, like this assassination attempt, and you say something like God was watching me, that is a very unchristian thing to say because it's very narcissistic. Well, God was watching me and not watching them. There's something very disturbing.
Not what he said.
I should have pulled the plug on that mic yesterday.
That's obnoxious. I don't know what church she goes to. That is how people of faith talk, and the intimation is never, he was looking out for me, but not those monsters. It's no.
The View tossed shade. Kirk caught one to the ego and answered with a Marvel-sized lawsuit. Megyn cheers it on, calling the silence of a loud show its biggest admission of guilt. For her, the takedown is overdue.
More of it from Anna Navarro on The View. Listen to this person.
The Hunter Biden story, the scandal, the this, the that, it's also the story of a father's love. And Joe Biden has never and will never give up on his son Hunter, and will never treat him lesser than. And so he is a father first. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, serving on Ukrainian natural gas boards, smoking with prostitutes and throwing guns into school zones. There, but for the grace of God, go I. Are you kidding me?
But then he shows up at his...
For Kirk, it's political theater. For Megyn, it's comedy gold. Together, they roast The View without even sharing a stage. Lawsuit meets sarcasm, chaos meets critique. In this narrative war, they're billionaires, and The View just got the invoice.